Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to spectacular Boca Raton, Florida, Flagler Credit Union Stadium, home to the Florida Atlantic Owls. As we'll see, a squad from the American, the East Carolina Pirates, taking on a fellow opponent from the American, the Florida Atlantic Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Pirates will boot it away to start the game. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Gets the back moving. Caught in the backfield. It's Sands. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun. Go get the quarterback.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Wilson. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Well, it sets up 4th and short now early in the game, and this is now a massive decision for the head coach because it is early. And how aggressive are you willing to be? You could get this first down, pay it off, go score, create some incredible momentum, or you don't get it, it completely backfires, and now your opponents are literally knocking on the door.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
They start the afternoon with a run, and it goes nowhere. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's right. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power, a 46-yarder from the left. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Running back searching for a hole. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
The Owls really need to keep this drive alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Makes the catch at the 30. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Gives it on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Got it in the middle. It's Smith. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
The Pirates come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try the run. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Tries to get it on the ground. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense now.
Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll try it again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
Wants to adjust the pattern. The toss to the outside. Got enough for the first. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
From the gun. Give on the inside. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time. 2nd and 6. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's got it. He'll go out of bounds, and he steps out right at the 8-yard line, and this offense is in business.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
QB draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. The inside handoff. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. See if they go back to the run here on 3rd down. To throw, it's right. Time to take a shot. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Pirates. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go route, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough. They get run by, he makes the catch, and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. this one to start the drive from their own 22. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He makes a catch. Oh, he's got some space. There he goes. The 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Owls.
This offense is so explosive. They can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Looking for blockers. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And the Pirates trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The run from the shotgun. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's right. Looking to the big tight end. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
So after that incompletion, fourth down, you've got to hold serve if you're this offense, right? Both offenses up and down the field. Opponent scored twice. You scored a touchdown on your first drive. I think you got to go for it here because right now nobody's playing defense, and this game very easily could come down.
Lost one deep down the right side. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And I'm pretty sure the card usually tells you to punt in this situation, backed up on your own end. But forget that. We're going to be aggressive. And how about the deep shot down the field on fourth down? You make the play and get the huge explosive touchdown for this offense. Risk it for the biscuit, baby.
And he puts through the extra point. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to throw on first down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
What a play by this defense. You got the offense backed up. You stay aggressive, break on the football, make a big play, and your offense is jacked up inside the 5-yard line with a chance to punch this in and get some points on the board.
And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. To the air, it's right. Trying to to find the end zone. Touchdown, East Carolina. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back looking for help. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Messer. Here's a heat. Incomplete, and they tried to catch him flat-footed on first down, but the defense was ready.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Going to swing it on second down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Big third down there for the quarterback, and he knew where his best chance was at getting that first. He found the curl route, made an accurate throw, and as a result, the offense stays on the field.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll move the wide receiver. Might be changing the route. They'll try the outside to the left. Finding open areas. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good game for this offense.
And the Owls line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward and get the first.
And it's so hard. My room for error is so small when I'm a defensive line. Like, I got to get off the ball as fast as I can and try to get some form of penetration. Just stop that ball from going north-south. They don't do it there, and they give up the first down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Leaves it with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the second half on defense? That's the question.
Third down has been right in the wheelhouse on this drive. They've already converted a couple of times, but they need the full 10 yards now. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's Messer. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You got to love that on defense. One of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got some room to run. He's at the 20.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Sends it back in motion. Give to the back. Across the 45. On the move at the 30. Oh, a lot of space. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, ECU.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Downfield on first down. With the catch, it's Terrell. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Florida Atlantic trying to line up quickly. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw on you.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
And short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. He was doing everything he could. Got away from one guy, but not that next one, and he came up short.
Yeah, he needed a few more extra efforts to find a way to make that happen. Nice catch. Nice job breaking the first tackle, but couldn't get rid of the next guy and get that extra yardage needed for the first down.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. At the 35, he's got room. He's loose. The 30. Running inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Pirates.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and the score is 35-17. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. To the air on first down. Rush is on him. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll run play action. Gonna take a shot. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Florida Atlantic about to boot it away and get this second half underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You can't start the second half any better than that. You're trying to come out of the locker room. You're trying to create some momentum. Taking the first kick of the third quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
And he made the extra point without problem. So a dynamite play there, 99 yards. He took it back for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. The throw. Hauls it in. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Florida Atlantic races to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Second down, he'll throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Sands.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
The Owls are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Gonna look downfield again. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here, makes a grab past the marker. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Florida Atlantic will go to work with a fresh set of downs. He leaves it with his back. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, what a nice touchdown run, and this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Now they'll run it to the right here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat him.
Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Wide open spaces. It's a running room. 10. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. And the punishment has been extended.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Bringing it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. this drive will come from their own 17. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and that receiver might have used a push-off to get free. A penalty on the play, and it looks like offensive pass interference. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Platt. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few.
Well, had a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver of the middle of the field.
Lets it fly. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Man, defenses are terrified of giving up that big play. I like the offense taking a shot down the field, showing the defense like, listen, hey, you're going to have to guard this. You better start being worried about the deep ball. Now maybe I can take some shots underneath, and it might...
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it first down at the 40.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Offense gets set for second down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, it's a simple design there, guys. Just RPO. QB gets it out of his hands quickly, trying to attack the left side there in the flat. They're just not able to come up there.
Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Looking for space. It's Jenkins. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. The Pirates send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
I think a really big key in the RPO game is having really good rhythm and timing. Offense didn't have it there, and that's why it falls incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Off the play fake. That pass is incomplete.
Well, a nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
On third down, he drops the throw. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. running backs on either side of the quarterback. Tight end now in motion. Fullback's got it. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Give it to the guy with no neck, two chin straps, oversized shoulder pads, the big burly fullbacks. Those guys are awesome. They're kind of a dying breed in college football, but you love seeing them get the pigskin, fall forward, and hit anybody in their way.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Oh, he missed it. No good. They blow the field goal. Something finally goes wrong.
That's now the second missed field goal for this guy. You have to wonder if the weather is playing a bit of a factor. Not easy to kick in these kind of conditions with all this rain.
On the ground, it's Carroll. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give to the tailback. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
A lot of times on second down, you're thinking pass, especially second, maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the first down really easily.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
And the Owls need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. Throws for the tight end. And the deflection by the defense brings up fourth down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Motion from the wideout. Back to throw, it's right. Grab behind the line, it's Smith. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Smith. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this third period with a big play. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Back back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And the Pirates will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt is on its way. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Platt. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Wants to throw on 1st down. A little floater there that falls incomplete.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the 4th quarter.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Wilson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Wants to throw it. Trying to set up the screen. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch it when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this game.
Got his man. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. Florida Atlantic trying to get back on the ball. Gonna run it. It's Sands. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Working that left side now. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there.
You see it so much in college football where they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch with your running back out in space. Keep doing that.
You know, timing is so important in the RPO game, especially on third down. Quarterback and receiver just didn't have it there, and now it's fourth down.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Florida Atlantic.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He might want another play. Needs it to keep this drive alive. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal from the 8.
Man, on 4th and 2, I'm looking at my offensive line. I'm like, you got to give me just a little slither. Great job by the offensive line, blocking up just enough to get the first down, running physically downhill. That's all you want on those 4th and 2 situations.
Florida Atlantic comes to the line on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Second and goal coming up. On the option. The pitch. And that one will go and reverse the defense all over that pitch on the option. It's third and goal and third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the goal line. They put it in the hands of their playmaking receiver, but he will be stopped short. It's fourth down.
Well, after that completion, it's decision time now. Fourth down here close to the goal line. You're down a couple of scores in the fourth quarter. You could just kick an easy field goal, take the points, but then you've got to rely on your defense to get you the football back to give you an opportunity to win this game.
Finds his big tight end. Into the house. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Turning on the Jets. Up near the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15.
Man, this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. The Pirates now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Leaves it with the running back. Slithers into space. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Trying play action. There's the pressure. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And the Pirates will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He's got it. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. They'll send the back in motion. Direct snap. It's Messer. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. They go to the wide receiver screen. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
Yeah, and when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Just led him a little too far across the sidelines. Makes the catch, but it's incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. The offense changing the play. They'll move the tight end. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Wants to throw. It's right. Release to the back. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys in it.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. I'm sure they would have liked to have locked up a bowl trip much earlier in the season, but in this particular case, what does bowl eligibility mean for the offseason?
Well, it means 15 extra practices at the bowl game to develop young players. Getting to a bowl game helps your recruiting. It's going to help in the portal, and all of a sudden people are going to get a lot more excited for what's coming next season, Dave.
Yeah, and I think this squad, I don't think they're excited about the practices necessarily, but a lot of these seniors that have been around, man, they get another dance. They get a chance to play another football game, make some more memories with their boys, so this is a big win today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, site of the 1996 Olympic Games, Center Park Stadium, and home to the Georgia State Panthers, and we have been feeling the excitement for this one all week. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see, a squad from the American, the East Carolina Pirates, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Georgia State Panthers. Free A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, site of the 1996 Olympic Games, Center Park Stadium, and home to the Georgia State Panthers, and we have been feeling the excitement for this one all week. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see, a team from the American, the East Carolina Pirates, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Georgia State Panthers. Free A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Pirates will put total leather on. Welcome to Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium, home to the East Carolina Pirates, where the purple has engulfed this place as they are ready for a showdown. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready to Atlanta, Georgia, site of the 1996 Olympic Games, Center Park Stadium, and home to the Georgia State Panthers, and we have been feeling the excitement for this one all week. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a team from the American, the East Carolina Pirates, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Georgia State Panthers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Georgia State will kick it off to get this